Hey, it's Dashia D.
And it's JStan.
And welcome back to In Retrospect Podcast. We look beyond the surface to find understanding.
Bring you laughs, knowledge, and culture.
So sit back, relax, and join the convo. As y'all can see, we have a very special guest who has been here before.
That's probably y'all boy best returner.
Oh, say that again. I'm sorry.
That's probably y'all best, your most return guest on the show.
True. People enjoy you. They do. They look forward to you coming on specifically. Let's get to our other guests. To our other guests. We love y'all too.
Everybody out there, Dashia said it, not I.
The viewer said it. The viewer said it.
Listen, Miss Ma'am, don't get me involved with what you got going on, but we're going to proceed.
As you all know, a big part of our podcast is unpacking these big stories or your letters. We're going to jump right into a segment called Let's Unpack This with some interesting things that have been taking place in the news. Justin, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, we're going to start off with, the rapper formerly known as Gunna. We're going to talk about how he got out of lockup suddenly, hastily, some folks may say, really fast, straight to the crib. Honey, I'm home for Christmas type fast. But we're going to talk about it, man. A lot of folks are saying that Gunna snitch, dry snitch. I don't know. Me personally, I'm not in the streets. I'm not going to put myself in that situation. But here we go. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about how Gunna got released from prison. He signed a plea deal that basically says, in my opinion, if you read it, that he basically said what he needed to say to get up out of there. And then there's clips that are circulating online that has Gunna saying, yes, ma'am. So do you basically see, are you calling she worded up to make it seem as if YSL was a gang. Is YSL a gang?
Okay.
And I'm paraphrasing this. And all he says was, yes, ma'am. Okay, cool. Moving along. And then they brought up an incident when he was in the car with Young Thug, aka Jeffrey. And she said, okay, you guys were in the car together. There were guns and drugs. Correct? Yes, ma'am. So what you're saying in your plea that you signed is that the guns and drugs weren't yours, but you and Jeffrey were in the car together. Yes, ma'am.
Why he got to sound like that?
I'm just saying, man. That's how he had sound log. So we're going to talk about it. So do you guys feel as if, though, that Gunna was snitching in any way to get home for Christmas? Yes or no? Does street code really exist? Yes or no?
My only thoughts on that is the creator of YSL, he already has stated that YSL is a gang before Gunna take the plea. So all Gunna did been restate the obvious, to be completely honest, when he agreed to say that YSL is a gang. And now that you see that multiple people taking the same plea, they basically saying, yeah, YSL is a gang. You see what I'm saying? All of them taking that same plea, getting the year on their time, and they getting off that BS right there.
So then why would people be upset if he's just reiterating what's already been confirmed?
Because a lot of people can't connect dots.
No, CJ. The streets. It's a whole other world, man. We're going to talk about the streets. Okay? Let's talk about the streets. The streets don't want to hear nothing about common sense. The streets don't want to hear nothing about none of that. The streets want to hear you say nothing.
I mean,
serve your 25 and then come home. Them boy don't want to hear none of that, CJ. Them boy don't want to hear none of that. Them boy say go to jail.
He said if you and Jeffrey in the car, and y'all find the gun,
y'all got guns and drugs in the car.
Shit,
do they belong to you?
Yeah, he was like, no, they ain't mine. So he had to been slime shit. So he did.
Like I said, the streets,
but the other
ideology
that's
is for you to go to jail.
I don't fuck with that part.
I don't understand. I'm not in the street. Clearly, I'm not in the street. I don't want to be. I'm not about that life. But I don't understand, how does one benefit from taking on time that doesn't belong to them?
Here we go.
Just to save face with your homies who have freedom. Mind you, they get to go to bed when they want to.
A walking contradiction. Go ahead, get into it.
They want to. They get to pour one up when they want to, and you don't. you just in a cell block C. That like I don't understand what is it that you're gaining other than my bro had my back, man. I'm gonna take care of you when you get out. I don't get it.
You know what's wild too about this whole situation? It's like, say you get out of jail and your lawyers did their job. Boy, ain't no way he got out of jail that fast, boy. Ain't no way. That boy telling. Ain't no way.
You can automatically get labeled a snitch.
He didn't even had to sign the plea deal. If he had got out straight up off rip, nothing said anything, they still would have said he told.
Right.
But even T.I. admitted to snitching.
Oh, don't do that. That's a whole nother ball game.
I'm just saying. Like, I'm just saying it happens. People look out for themselves at the end of the day.
But T.I. on the day. Just
You
like
said what?
T.I. snitch on the day. Like
I know.
You see what I mean? Just like with BB brought the Terrence Gangster Williams. He had 25, 30 years, and he snitched on a bunch of dead people that been his homies to get out, so they can solve the murders that been unsolved.
Like I said when they went in, I don't know how difficult it truly is to like detach from a gang. I would imagine it's real hard. I need these rappers, once y'all get put on and you making real money, to try to start to distance yourself from certain activities, because you don't want to end up wasting away in a cell while your homies living their life.
Right.
I will say this too, though. A lot of folks out here, out anywhere, think that rappers make all this money. All these rappers not making a bunch of money like a lot of folks think. They get an advance, they blow the advance, or even if they do got some money, a lot of them aren't keeping it for too long. A lot of us out here are living a lot better than most of these rappers. That's what a lot of people don't realize, but that's the reality of it.
I mean, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say that could be true, but at the same time, they have access to certain people who can put them in the right spaces to make money.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say.
Yeah,
like,
but that ain't free. They still taxing them to put them in that space.
But the money on the back end money gonna go.
But that's if you hot, CJ.
Ooh, see what I'm saying?
That's if you hot.
Yeah, but shit, all you need is one song to get
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, look at Blueface. He ain't make one hit since Tatiana.
Tatiana now got TV shows going viral every other day.
All right now, but we know why.
Yes, I'm just saying he was a terrible example, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
That's a perfect example in my eyes.
No, sir. In your eyes, he's going viral for all the wrong reasons right now. That is not what we're gonna talk about. But to be honest with you, that black man is scared for his life. I saw an interview the other day. That boy said, "Yeah, she do this at the house all the time."
Don't let him gaslight you. Do not let him gaslight you. Moving on.
Analyzing that pain.
Speaking of pain and unfortunate events, last week, Steven, aka DJ Twitch boss, ended up dying by suicide. He did leave a suicide letter, but I don't think that that's been released. I don't think that it would be released. He leaves behind 3 kids and his wife. And this took place like 3 days after his wedding anniversary. Of course, there were a lot of people, sharing his photos and pouring out love to his family. And of course, the whole trend of check on your strong friends, see how people are doing and all of that good stuff. Well, in the midst of all of that, a viral tweet was sent out and it said this: "Men and this suffer in silence. Y'all be in whole bromances. Why have you not told the whole group chat that you're not feeling 100%? Y'all share nudes, women, business ideas, and will even commit murders together. But sharing feelings is the line in the sand." So I would like to know from the 2 black men on the show, what are your thoughts on that tweet? Or just, the story as a whole?
You mean, first off, I'm not sharing nothing. So I'm out keeping the whole band. You call me selfish. You can say, whatever I got. That's cool. Just know I'm going to be there if you need some type of support. But I'm not sharing nothing. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not sharing no women. I'm not sharing no pictures, huh?
Are your friends sharing things?
I mean, hey, you know, when in Rome, look, when in Rome, you know, listen now. I can't speak for other people. But what I can say is, as Justin, that's what you asking, right? That's what you asking.
I didn't say as Justin. I said, what did y'all think of this?
Oh, well, as Justin, what I would speak on and say is that it's true. A lot of folks have a hard time. I don't know how to explain it. Like sharing what they should be with. Okay, so in my honest opinion, what happens is that the generations before us have taught us that, oh, you gotta be a man, you gotta be solid, this, that, and the third, or you can't show no emotion, this, that, and whatever happens, you can't show it, you gotta be the rock, this, that, and the third. But now, like, that's how I used to be. But the older I get, it's like, nah, man, if I'm hurt, I'm gonna tell you. That's crazy. I'm not holding nothing in. How you feel bad? Like, if you ask me, I'm gonna tell you. That's just me. Now, a lot of folks will be like, man, I'm straight. I'm okay. Don't ask me how I'm doing, because I'm gonna tell you how I'm doing. Like, so don't ask me. You might see me walking right, be like, man, how you doing? Man, I'm holding on, really. They be like, oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, well, I'm a rocky world, dude. If I'm not feeling well, I'm gonna tell you. So don't ask me. I'm gonna tell you. And that's fine. I'm gonna keep working on it. But go ahead, CJ.
A lot of us suffer in silence because we feel like we gotta be strong for everybody else. If that makes sense.
Why is that, CJ, man? Why is that? Why is that?
Because like you got
to go in depth.
A lot of us grew up in single family homes. You see what I'm saying? Mainly mothers. You see what I'm saying? So being in a single family home, you learn that you gotta be like, all right, get her. And then if you got younger siblings, you gotta be like on some shit like, I gotta make sure they straight, I gotta make sure we eat, I gotta make sure I straight. So even if you feeling bad or anything, you gotta be like, I might hurting or sad right now, but I just gotta get over this shit right now and do what's best for everybody else type shit. Which ain't a good thing. It ain't a good thing. It's very toxic and non, like, that's not good for your mental health and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? Because you really pouring out an empty cup.
Exactly.
So like that, but that's just how some people raise. Some people like that. Just like, it's bad to say, but that's some people morals. Like they feel like they gotta take care of everybody else. Everybody gotta come before them because that's just how they come out.
And I get.
I also think I think it's changing though. Me personally, I know like the whole because like think about it. Like a lot of things have changed. Like you know how you would have thought the kid that wasn't talking a lot back then, something wrong with them, man. They need help. Like you said, something, don't be around them. It might spread to you, this, that, and the third. But you don't know now. You got studies saying that, oh, this person is suffering from some, a mental issue or something like that they can get, help for. Back then, there wasn't nobody talking about go get some help. It was like, man, go ahead, stand over there and get from by me. Type stuff. I feel like the discussion is more open now. I feel like there's more avenues for you to be more comfortable expressing yourself.
Okay.
But what you about to say?
So I understand.
Bro, why both of us had our arms crossed? Bro, I was like, yeah, watch this.
So I definitely understand where y'all are coming from. I do think that men in general are socialized to be hardened to not show emotions other than anger. Mm-hmm. They're not allowed. I won't say they're not allowed, but they feel like they're not allowed to be vulnerable, to be sad, to be disappointed, to be embarrassed, and yada yada. So I get that. The issue that is happening is that even when y'all do have people around you who care about you, who will listen, y'all don't utilize them. And at some point, we have to break away from the excuse, because at this point, that's what it is. Because you just said we're having more conversations about it. We have to break away from the excuse that, man, that just haven't read. You feel me? We have to break away from that. Because if you realize that it's not healthy for you and y'all are making babies, if you're not emotionally intelligent, more times than not, you're not going to be emotionally available to your partner, and you sure ain't going to be emotionally available to your child.
Facts. That's facts.
You know,
And
not everybody is, emotionally.
The most emotionally available person you should be to is your partner. You see what I'm saying?
You should.
But when like coming out, when you do be emotionally open with your partner, they come in and throw that back in your face. Oh, you cry baby ass nigga. You can tell them when shit goes sour, they gonna throw it back in your face type shit too. So that's another reason why niggas will be like, man, I ain't about to come back and tell her nothing. And then with the friends, you can tell your friends like, man, bro, I down bad, like I shit this ain't going right. And your homeboy might look at you like, nigga, what? Get your shit together. And you look at Bob like, Bob, I just tell you I can't. I just tell you I can't. My shit ain't like, all my shit is going, like everything I do is not, like the ducks ain't falling. They're standing up. The ducks ain't falling, bro. And Bob might just look at you like, shit, I can't help you, bro. So now you in this dark space, like, nobody can help you.
So what is it that y'all need so that you feel safe enough to go to your homeboys and talk to them about real life and them not being dismissive of you? Because if he's responding and saying, man, get it together, that's being dismissive. Because he might feel awkward because he's like, I ain't trying to do what you crying or being sad. So
I mean, it's all about your circle, man.
Yeah,
I feel like everybody got a friend, a certain friend, or maybe two that you can go to and talk about certain situations with. Like you can't talk about every situation with one friend. Maybe you can. There are special cases like that. But some people you feel as if though you can get good advice from them. But then again, I already know what your pushback gonna be. You need to go to a professional if it gets to that point. But what I am going to say first and foremost is that you have to be aware of the folks in your circle that could give good counsel. And most of the folks in everybody's circle isn't always going to give good counsel. They're going to give you something from their perspective of how they dealt with a situation. And where people fall short, in my honest opinion, is that we are not all the same. Like we do not think the same. We don't go about doing certain, handling certain issues the same. Like something that may have worked for you is like worked for any of y'all may not work for me. Like I think my thought process is all jacked up. So somebody be like, yeah, you do this. I'd be like, nah, I can't do that. And it's like somebody can tell you, man, you do it like this, do it like that. But if it's not gonna fit the way you go about handling business, it's just not gonna work.
What I was gonna say was I understand that not everybody has access to a professional. And if that's the case, then yes, talk to somebody that you can trust. You cannot drink it away, smoke it away, fuck it away. You can't. You can't. So people you need. Try, though. I know that they'll try, but that's just gonna make it. That's gonna make it worse.
No, fucking help.
No, because now you're bleeding on to whoever it is that you're having sex with.
Yeah, you
whoa. Can we use another word?
No.
Can we use transferring energy? Transferring energy. We know we don't got.
I'm saying if you are.
I don't know transferring energy. Yes.
If you're wounded, you are bleeding on to somebody else.
Dashia, why you got to use bleeding? But go ahead, continue.
That's a bad.
I digress.
But also, if you're ever feeling like helpless, hopeless, and you're thinking about harming yourself, please dial 988. That is the new crisis line number. You will be matched with somebody to talk to, and they'll come and help you. Mm-hmm. You may go to the hospital. It just kind of depends. But yeah, if you ever feel that way, there is help out there, and it's anonymous. So,
but like Justin was saying though, you gotta know your circle for real though. Like you gotta. Like you can feel out your circle. Like me and my circle, like we know, we started from like high school. Like we don't really try to hide shit. Like when somebody hurting or down bad, we try to bring that shit bring that shit so we can figure out if we can help you or not.
Yeah.
If we can't help you or not, then we can tell you, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. If we can't help you with this one. Oh, I can't help you with this one. You might gotta go see a professional or try to go to the church or something. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the best way we go with them. Like, but I got a lot of friends personally, male off and female, and be like, If this going on, what you think how I should, like, you see what I'm saying? I try to get them boys advice from both sides. I guess because I am Libra, I can see shit on both sides.
Oh Lord.
For real, so I guess that's why I give good advice. People always come to me for advice, so I be like, shit.
I don't, bro. I don't know if the Libra got anything to do with that, big dog. That's all I gotta say, big dog. Plenty of people come to me, and I am not no Libra. I'm serious, bro. But no, you was hitting on some good points though. Like for real though, like there's a lot of situations where people may come to you, and you may think that the situation is small. And I'm gonna give an example real quick. So say somebody might come to you, say they're down bad. I need $20. Now, your first instinct is, bro, why you asking me for money? Ain't you got family? Why you come to me? Like, what's up? That look like the bank? The ATM? What? Go ahead, man. Go ahead. And honestly, like situations like that, not even knowing or asking any questions about what is going on before, like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, especially if you got a friend that don't never ask for nothing, and all of a sudden ask out of nowhere, like that really be the crazy thing when people be like shutting them down, and that can send somebody into a downward spiral right off rip, depending on what they got going on and don't nobody know. We're gonna move along to something that has been in the news as of late. I'm pretty sure nobody has missed it. We're talking about this case with Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. So what can I say? This is like a Lifetime movie. I have no idea what can happen next. But whatever can happen next is happening. That is what I will say first and foremost. All right. So what I will say is that first and foremost, before we start this conversation, is that somebody need to go to jail. Somebody need to go to jail. Somebody need to go to jail. When they tell us these facts, somebody need to go to jail. They done strung this out so long, and they done brought all these facts, and somebody need to go to jail.
Can we give people a quick synopsis of like what happened? So in summer of 2020, Meg Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez, and Meg's best friend Kelsey were at a pool party, which happened to be Kylie Jenner's pool party. Meg said that her hair was messing up and she was ready to go home. Wig. So they decided to leave. At some point, an argument happens in the car. And Meg was like, I'm getting out the car. So she gets out the car. And this is based on what she's saying. She gets out the car. Tory says, dance, bitch, and shoots her. Now, when this happens, police pull up. She says that she was afraid because the cops would know that they had a gun, that they would shoot first and ask questions later. Because remember, y'all, in 2020, this was the height of police brutality and the whole George Floyd thing. So it was very crazy. And so she just said like, oh, I glass got in my foot. They took her to the hospital and they found a bunch of bullet fragments, which is documented by the doctor. She was not going to release this, talk anything about it. But then Tory Lanez went on Twitter, I believe, and was like, dang, I got such good D. I'm making these two best friends mad. Literally, that's what he said. I'm making these two best friends mad. And so that's when they started a whole back and forth.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just these voices. Go ahead, continue though.
That's when they started this whole back and forth. So now fast forward to this year, this month, the trial has started. Now, mind you, yes. Meg did not press charges. It says the state against Tory Lanez.
That is correct.
Okay. Kelsey says Tory shot her. Meg says Tory shot her. Of course, Tory says I did not. I believe gun residue was found on both Kelsey and Tory. Go ahead.
Hold up now. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start this Gayle King. We're gonna start this Gayle King interview. All right. And we're gonna work our way down. All right. So, Meg got on, had an interview with Gayle King, spoke her truth. And at this point, I'm saying, listen, lock Tory up, put him under the jail. He need to go to jail. Why are you shooting anybody? And, it was interesting to say as well, in this interview, she said she had no sexual relations with Tory Lanez, a.k.a. Daystar. So fast forward a couple months later as well, Kelsey dropped a song or something or another. Yeah, diss track was a bunch of subliminals in there, which is interesting. That was brought up in court as well. Long story short, we found out that she did have sexual relations with Tory Lanez as well as the baby around the same time. I'm pretty sure, I don't know who she was supposed to be with around that time, but So, I mean, she had sexual relations with both of them. And what I will say, me personally, if that's your prerogative to do what you want to do and get around, that's your business. Okay? That ain't got nothing to do with me. So, like I said, just make sure you wrap up, baby. But I mean, long story short, everybody was getting on the stand saying all type of crazy stuff. I can't remember. I don't know. I do not recall. Kelsey got up there and was just so adamant about not being able to remember a single thing. Talk about how everybody was drunk, everybody was lost, didn't know what was going on. Until yesterday, EJ took the stand, which is, for everybody that does not know, EJ was with Meg all the time. Meg the Stallion, the person in question whom got shot. He was with Meg all the time around this time.
Is that the bodyguard?
No, he was the one, the stylist. He was a stylist.
Okay.
He was a stylist. And for the record, the bodyguard isn't missing. He is out in the desert somewhere across the water. He didn't want nothing to do with this case at all. His family know what he had. He just don't want nothing to do with the case. That was fabricated. Alrighty, so he is not missing. They know where he's at. Moving along. So EJ took the stand yesterday, and EJ revealed that when Megan drinks, she becomes a little aggressive. Not a little, actually. I'll just say becomes aggressive. I'm not going to say little or a lot. She becomes aggressive. So when Kelsey drinks, he says that she is more extroverted, is all over the place, but then eventually she'll just go to sleep. So bringing this all together, what occurs is that they're having this pool party, EJ says. Everybody is drinking, and there's like 7 or 8 people that have been drinking, and they have ran through 7 big bottles of liquor. 7 big bottles of liquor. And he said that Meg downed 3 of them things by herself. And it's the first time around after they was drinking bottles. So at this point, he's trying to, paint the picture, make everybody understand that they were all inebriated. Everybody was drunk. Besides him, Odell, crazy, Odell stayed everywhere in it. Odell was there and his friend. So EJ said it was only the 3 of them that weren't drinking. It was Odell, EJ, and Odell's friend that he was with that was there that was not drinking. So pushing forward, Meg was supposed to go into the house, cook food for everybody to get something on their stomachs because they was drinking. But ultimately, she didn't cook nothing. She was upset that she was out missing out on what was going on outside because everybody was in the pool. Kylie was eyeing Tory because you got to understand, everybody was clout chasing at this point because Tory had quarantine radio at this time, which was bringing him all this attention. So boom, pushing forward. Kelsey knocked out because she's so drunk, she can't function. She's asleep. She is asleep in the pool. EJ gets her up, say, hey, you need to go in the room and go to sleep. Sleep this off. So Tory wasn't originally at this pool party. They called him to come, and he showed up. So when he pulled up or whatever, ultimately they ended up having to leave because Meg's wig was slipping. So boom. EJ said he was going to pack the car up, take Meg and Kelsey home. But Meg was insisting that she wanted to ride with Tory. He said, are you sure? But 2 or 3 times, EJ said. He put the bags in the car with Tory or whatever, with Tory them, and then he said he left because he said, if you come with me, you always go home. Right? So they was talking about when he packed those bags before he put them in Tory's car, they said, did you see anything that looked like a gun? He said, possibly, I don't know. He said he's never seen Tory with no gun, this, that, and the third. All right. So today we had somebody take the stand and said that he saw all of them fighting outside. And he identified the person as the shooter as being a woman. The person that saw from the apartment complex that was near wherever they were said they identified the shooter as a woman. Now, the person in question allegedly is Kelsey. And they saying that Tory got out of the car to try to get the gun from her because they was arguing or whatever and cursing up a storm.
Social media has been irritating me with all of these newfound lawyers on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I am very agitated with the fact that people are worried about the wrong things. Why do we care who she slept with? Why do we care what she wore to court? That has nothing to do with the fact that she was shot.
Exactly.
Hold on. It is the equivalent to when a black child is killed by the police and they said in the 8th grade he smoked some weed. What the hell does that have to do with the price of tea in China? So I feel like, and I think like Joe Budden went on the record to say some stuff about her as well.
Yeah, he was saying that she treats all the people, some people that he know in the industry for over 15 to 20 years, she has been treating them bad, and he don't mess with her because of that. So don't ask him no questions.
Well,
I don't know what 50 Cent said.
That got shit to do with Joe Budden, bro.
But that's my point. Like,
stuff in there. That got shit to do with you.
But but I feel like by people trying to hyper focus on these other elements, they're trying to discredit her. Like I said, she was shot. Someone needs to be disciplined for that.
Right, but that's what them boys teach in law, like in law school and shit. Like when I used to take law ed in school, that's what them boys teach you. Like you gotta make the other person look bad, so this person can kind of look like they got some type of light. So they're gonna say all these bad. That's why they mention all the people Megan sleep with, that she angry when she drunk, all that shit. They're gonna mention all that shit just so you can forget that she's the person that gets shoot.
I get that, but it's like, why are people on social media then taking that and running with it? And that's just like
people weird. People weird. If somebody got shot, somebody need to go to jail. That's crazy. Somebody could have possibly lost their life. Okay, that's number one.
You gotta think of them like this. Social media. You remember something that happened on social media 2 days ago?
No.
Exactly.
Other than this case, though.
The attention span of social media is like that. So anything that they see today or on Shade Room today, that's what they're gonna bring out. That's what they're gonna talk about. So that's why every day you see new stuff on Shade Room, new stuff on all these other Instagram pages, and people just bringing them up on Facebook, bringing them up on Twitter, because that's what they see today.
Right.
I also think it's crazy. We've never seen Tory Lanez child, but he brought him to court. That's crazy. You bring your 3-4-year-old child to court to hear about you allegedly shooting somebody in the foot.
Man, you got to put the show on, man. You are, but Dashia, I'm telling you, you are appealing to the folks that are in that jury, and they're gonna look. They're gonna be like, "Oh, he got a child, this, that, and the third." You'd be surprised. That might sway people, but I will say this as well. I did leave out a couple things. I will say that Kelsey has an immunity deal. I don't know the specifics of this immunity deal she got. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer, but I do know that she is safe to say certain things in court, but she can still be prosecuted for what she says, which is interesting because what's the point of it if you can't really technically say everything and be protected? So I don't know who signed off on that, who approved it. So basically she's in court, and technically as long as she don't tell herself, she going back to the crib, which is wild. So I don't know who signed that. And then another thing is people are trying to figure out, where did Kelsey get this lawyer from? Allegedly what's coming out is that Tory paid for her lawyer. Move along.
If Kelsey did it, if she did it, that goes back to what y'all say, like knowing who's in your circle, but also sadly it's reminding me of the Shanquella Robinson case. No, Meg did not lose her life, but if you have a close relationship with somebody enough to call them your best friend, I don't know about y'all, but I don't throw that word friend around. I don't just throw that around.
Right.
So if you've let somebody into your world and they're that close to you, and if they bring harm to you, that's crazy to me. That's if she did it. I don't know.
Right. And we're going to talk about what really was one of the sparks, allegedly, of what caused all this back and forth between Kelsey and Megan after they'd been drinking so much. Allegedly, it was basically because Megan would always sleep with the men that Kelsey was allegedly dealing with first. And this just was a continued thing. And I guess that, when, people get intoxicated, whether that be with smoking or whether that be with drinking, I guess it just came to the, to the tipping point. And then it got into it. Allegedly, they fought. They said they didn't, but they said that Kelsey had a bald spot on the top of her head and a bunch of other crazy stuff. And everybody was tore up, nails was broke, but they said they didn't fight. But anyway, they should just mention moments ago, please know who is in your circle. Because I'm just like, what? But anyway, that's
first of all, girl code. I'm sorry. If I even dated somebody, we never had sex, why would you even be interested in entertaining that person? That is weird to me.
Now listen.
That's girl code. That's
listen.
girl
Listen
code.
to whoa.
Let him go.
That's girl code. But females are some of the most competitive people in the world. You see what I'm saying? So they can be like, why she got hurt? I can have him. You see what I'm saying?
That's because we are in a very male-driven society. Why you think all these girls walking around looking like wisdom teeth?
All right, well, I'm gonna try to get this conversation back on track here. We just gonna talk about how I'm sorry. So yes, these two women were messing with Tory, correct? Yes, all right.
Allegedly.
And the reason, well, I wouldn't say allegedly no more when it hasn't been said in court. It's on the paper. Allegedly, they admitted her legal team.
I mean, even if they both were, why y'all fighting over him?
But this is what I'm getting at. I'm trying to bring it home. You know, when folks got money, people say they look a little bit better, you know? They might look a little bit taller. They might look a little bit stronger. Shoot, they might, man, when they smile, man, they just look so good, man.
You see?
And if you ever listen to most men's interview when somebody will say, well, I wouldn't say most, but I will say as of lately, when a lot of these guys are being interviewed, like say Drewski, and there was another famous guy that was like a well-known person that was asked, when did you realize that you made? Stephen A. Smith said it too. He said, when did you realize that you made it? He said,
when girls start
realize I started getting a lot of attention from women, a lot more attention than I was originally getting. And I was like, damn, I said, I don't remember looking this good. I know I look good, but I don't remember looking this good to the point that you want to follow me 5 or 6 blocks down the road. Like, bro. So it's crazy, but you know, it's all about, you know, your ideals and what you believe in. I mean, hey, that was their business, as they just stated earlier. Please know your circle. That's my thoughts.
That's what I was saying though, because I wasn't trying to be funny. I do feel like we're in a very male-driven society.
And no, that's what it is.
That it definitely breeds this competition amongst women to look the best, to have this certain type of personality. And so you have people out here botching their bodies and their faces and trying to put on a facade for social media to be chosen. I hope that that is not what led us here. But if it did, mind blown. Because Tory Lanez and no other man could ever cause me to lose my freedom or my limbs. Okay? Go ahead. Why are you making faces? I'm being dead serious.
I mean, that's okay. Like I said,
I don't feel like
you
y'all
know, I mean, no. I understand. I'm just saying that different things drive different people. Okay? Some people see that money that somebody got, like, ooh. And some people be like, that money don't do it for me, baby. You need you to come stronger than that. All right, and that's fine. But what I'm saying is,
like, not to go off status about that shit. That y'all bring up a perfect point. Just like money move people too easily. Like, I see a status yesterday that I shared on Facebook. The shit was like, for $400 million, would you eat a nanny sandwich? Man, why?
All right, for the folks that out there don't know what nanny is, we talk about shit. On bread. Would you eat it for $400 million? You know what they're gonna say? Well, I might as well.
I go buy me a new mouth. You can die from that. You can die from feces. Talk about at least my churn. Well, what if you ain't got churn?
And that goes back to a very interesting point as well. People will do certain things, make all this money, and don't get or aren't able to enjoy it. So please be mindful of what you're doing. But now, I mean, that's another thing too, though, CJ. There's a lot of clout chasing going on right now, bro. People just be doing stuff. Don't be thinking about what's gonna happen after. Just be clout chasing.
Just be doing dumb shit.
I don't remember none of this, like, bro.
Somebody else, nanny.
Bro, social media ruined everything, bro. I'm telling you. You mean to tell me I got to put a 30-second reel up and doing something stupid?
People for who they are and how far they're willing to go for notoriety and money.
And that's what it is. And I feel like that's what the root of the issue was with this case specifically. Like, what would you do? Yeah. Well, not money, but like power. Like, so he was looked at as a desired man, like desirable.
Oh my God.
Type stuff.
Just, okay. Let's be for real. Okay. I'm not even how he's no. Pause. Hold on. And I'm asking both of y'all. Go back to 2020 and now. who was the bigger star, Meg or Tory?
Meg.
Don't lie.
I already know she
Meg
was
the biggest star.
Okay, so then what the hell did she have to gain from lying on Lil Tory? I don't. That's another piece I don't understand.
Man. You gotta ask
Lil
Meg,
Tory
man.
got it. Lil Tory
got it. Ask Meg, man. He must have.
What does she have to gain from lying on him? She's still the bigger star. Her music is better as well, in my opinion.
Nah. I fuck with Tory stuff better than hers.
All he do is sample. I'm good on it. I like her music more.
Okay.
She's bigger than him. Literally.
Yeah, she is. You're right. She is. I'm not laughing. You're the one saying all this, but okay.
I don't get it. I don't understand what she has to gain from lying on him. And that's what makes me feel like he did it. But
you said lying on him. No. I didn't say. I would see. This is what I'm trying to say. This is the point. When I said all of that to get us to this point, is that I'm not saying she's lying. I'm saying that she may have been so drunk to the point that she don't really know who really shot her, but she got shot.
So now, what your perfect scenario is, Justin? Your perfect scenario that happened that night.
About my scenario, what occurred before the shooting? All right, word. Them boy got to arguing. Shorty Kelsey, started saying like, "Hey Meg, I don't like how you be feeling all night, man." In the car, they're in the car, bro. They're in the car at this point, leading up to the shooting. They get to arguing back and forth. Meg mad because everybody else had a good time at the party while wig was slipping. She look a mess at this point, so she already ain't feeling it. Tory was flirting with Kylie. She already getting into it with him. They already said they was already cursing each other out in the car, fussing up. So next, they stopped the car. You know what I'm saying? Meg done hop out. Kelsey done got out. They done got the scrapping. Meg bigger, so Meg sitting there yanking. They pulling both each other in. So Meg out there wearing her out. Anyway, they said Kelsey allegedly had marks on her leg or whatever, wearing her out. And remember the bags in the back. They already stated that these at some point or another, both women or one of the women went back to the back of the car at this point in this case, and somebody grabbed something, and somebody did whatever. And at this point, when stuff got to ringing, they said Tory jumped at the car and called himself trying to run in between two women. And the fella that was driving the car got out, tried to separate them. And at this point,
where is this driver at?
You keep saying,
listen, that's what I'm saying. This case all over the place. Kelsey,
you said what?
I said Justin keeps saying what they say. I asked him what he think happened.
Right.
Oh, Kelsey shot her. Kelsey definitely shot her.
Why do you think that? Because they
they was fighting. They was fighting. They was physically fighting. They were physically fighting. It escalated. Kelsey was probably getting worn the fuck out, and she caught herself going to grab the gun because at this point she didn't care. All bets was off. So she caught herself going to grab the gun. Tory hop out the car after he see her. He must have glimpsed her grabbing whatever. Caught herself running up out trying to grab the gun from her. At that point, Shorty already let go. And as far as Meg sees it, they both had their hand on the gun, or he probably already ripped it off from her, and she already got a couple off. She might have saw him with the gun in hand. It was already shooting because they were struggling for the gun. Because they even had the audio. Matter of fact, the audio said, I believe 4 or 5 shots went off. It was like bang, 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 pause, and then bang, bang. Something like that along the lines of that.
Why did Tory text her and say, "Hey Meg, I'm so sorry for what happened last night"?
Oh, I can't get into people's minds. That's all I can tell you. That's what I'm just going off what I believe happened. I'm not saying why he apologized.
Tory has a history of violence. He beat the hell out of August Alsina because he didn't dap him up.
Man.
And that just happened.
Listen, I'm not saying the man isn't wrong for what he did or whatever, all this, that, and the third. But from everything that's coming out, I don't think the man shot her. That's all I'm saying. And whoever shot her should go to jail.
What do you think happened, Dashia?
I honestly feel like he shot her. I don't understand.
What scenario happened?
I think that whatever happened at that party, everybody was already intoxicated and agitated with one another. An argument happens with the three of them. I don't think it was just Meg and Tory or Meg and Kelsey.
Oh no, I already said they was all arguing in the car.
I think all of them were arguing, and maybe Meg says something slick because they said she's aggressive when she's drunk, and he let one off. Like I don't because I don't understand what she would gain from lying. And that I keep going back to that. Yes, it would make sense for if her and Kelsey got into a tussle and Kelsey's like, "Wow, yeah, that makes sense." But I just don't see why she wouldn't just say Kelsey shot me. You get what I'm saying? Like, she has nothing to gain from saying either one of them shot her. So why lie on Tory? And we already know that he is aggressive as well. We have photo proof of that. So, I mean, I don't know.
That's fine. I still disagree. I think Kelsey shot her, but that's what I'm saying.
So
go ahead.
For real.
That's my scenario that happened, right? So everybody keep asking what the driver doing. Them boys fucking the driver driving. Them boys fucking the driver driving, right? Kelsey and Megan get into it. Them boys get into it. And Megan been also shit like, all right, man, fuck it, let's step outside. Pull that shit over. Let's go outside. So driver pull that shit over. He be like, man, I can mind my business. He in his phone. He don't know what's going on. He in his phone. So them boy back there fussing. Kelsey get shit in, going in the trunk, grab the gun. Boom, boom, boom. Like just let 3 off. Like you had, like the person said she had 3 shots to the pause. That been the first 3. Boom, boom, boom. And Tory been trying to be funny on some shit like, dance, bitch, dance. Why you shooting? He be like, no, I wild. Let me go get this shit. So when he go on to get the gun, Kelsey probably been tussling with Tory, and then the shit going off 2 more times. Boom, boom. That's how them boys both get the gun residue on both of them. And then when that last 2 shoot, it hit Megan. And when she turned to look who got the gun, Tory got the gun.
So you feel like they were wrestling over it and it mistakenly hit her?
So Tory shot her is what you're saying?
I seen.
No, that's what you said. No, dog. No. I tried to get it right. You said she let off. You said Kelsey shot 3. You said Tory shot the 2 as a joke.
But like, oh, dance, bitch, dance. You see what I'm saying? So Megan over there trying to duck and dodge bullets. And Tory be like, oh no, I dumbing out. He trying to wrestle that shit. He trying to wrestle the gun from Kelsey. The shit going off again 2 more times. Boom, boom. So when the shit going on 2 times, the shit hit Megan yell, ah, shit, you shoot me. And then Kelsey let go of the guy, and Tory still had the gun in his hand. He'd be like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
If that's the case, to be honest with you, I don't think either one of them are going to get jail time. If anything, maybe some probation. I would be shocked. I know he's facing 23 years in prison, but I don't see
They would deport him. They got to deport. He's not even from here for real.
I know. I mean, he's Canadian.
I understand that. They're still going to deport him because he ain't really even supposed to still. But he's getting deported. Career over. That's what's going to happen. I'm telling you. That man, I'm telling you. But like I said, before we first started, I said somebody need to go to jail. I said, because at this point, we've all but confirmed that she was shot. Somebody need to go to jail.
Well, I mean, I'm sure we'll find more updates throughout this week, and y'all will. I'm interested to see what, the verdict ends up being. Let us know in the comments. What do y'all think happened? Who do you think is guilty? I have been Dashia D.
And I've been JStan.
And thank you, CJ, for coming on today.
Appreciate y'all, boy, man. Appreciate y'all, boy.
And check out his show, too, the Mac Show Podcast. We're going to put it in the description box. Join us every Friday.
And always remember. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. She said join us at noon, but remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
All right.